Hi everybody, this is Arkady Frekhtman. I'm a New York City personal injury trial attorney, and today I'm coming to you from Kelowna, British Columbia, where I am away just for like a day or two at a retreat for business and marketing, and it's something called Empire Builder. So it just got done last night and I'm flying back later today, but I thought, let me do a video. And I was looking over a few of the client consultations that I've had, both with new clients as well as existing clients. And a theme started to emerge. And I think an important thing for people to understand, an important issue for potential clients and clients to understand, is how to approach your medical care after a serious car crash or trip and fall or ceiling collapse or any type of incident or injury, right? How do you approach your medical care? So essentially, what you want to do is find a balance between going to the doctor versus, you don't want to be going to the doctor just to go to the doctor for the case, right? Because that's the insurance company's defense. They're going to say that you're trying to orchestrate a false case. But the issue, the real problem becomes in the beginning, right? It just happened. Let's say there's a car crash. It just happened. It was fairly serious. It doesn't have to be super serious where the cars are totaled. It could be like $1,000, $2,000 in damage. You have a little bit of pain. But a lot of people don't know all the ins and outs of how to, get treatment, how to, approach the insurance system, like the no-fault system, the personal injury protection. A lot of people just don't know that, right? And you're not expected to. Everyone's different. You're living your life. Why would you know about the insurance system unless you're in that industry, right? Just like I might not know all the ins and outs of home building because I'm not a general contractor or a subcontractor. So there's a lot of industries. There's engineering, there's all these things. So this is a very specific industry. So you wouldn't know that. So you might think, okay, let me see if this gets better and just stay home for a week, 2 weeks, hoping the pain gets better. And then after 3 weeks, well, it doesn't get better. Let me go get this checked out. But that could be a case killer because the insurance company wants you to go to like an urgent care or hospital the day of the crash, the day of the injury. And then maybe within a day or two, or at least in that week, start a course of physical therapy, at least in New York. And if you don't, the case could be worth a lot less, could even be worth nothing. So how do you approach that? So I think, it's better to err on the side of caution and get yourself checked out. So if you're having any kind of pain, any kind of symptoms, any kind of potential for symptoms, get yourself checked out right away. Go to an urgent care, go to a hospital, start a course of physical therapy with like a chiropractor, physical therapy office. You can contact an attorney. The attorney should know, like we know a lot of the top physical therapy offices all over New York. They should be able to find one for you. Then you just go there, you get your treatment with the doctor. And then look, worst case, if the doctor says nothing's wrong, just stop going. Then you won't have a case, but at least you got checked out. And, because the worst thing that could happen is when someone doesn't go, but then later finds out that they have a serious injury. For example, I just was doing a deposition a few days ago with a client, and what happened to him is he was parked, engine off, just waiting to start his job. And not double parked, but parked in a legal lane. A car comes speeding down the street, this is in Brooklyn, crashes into the rear of his vehicle. And, for whatever reason, he really cared about his job. So he went back, he didn't want to lose his job, he started working. And then, got checked out here and there, maybe at a hospital, at a family doctor, but that's not really the kind of records that we could present. So there was almost like no record. And then 4 months later, he starts physical therapy, he ends up needing surgery, it's a serious injury. But the real problem with the case and what the defense is going to argue is that, wait, where's this gap of 4 months? If you're really hurt, why didn't you go anywhere? And unfortunately, in New York, we have a serious injury threshold that you have to overcome. Just like when you walk in a room, you have to cross the threshold. Well, we have to cross a threshold and prove serious injury. And if we don't cross that threshold, we get nothing, zero, because of the no-fault system, because you get $50,000 paid in medical bills. You can treat for free, you can get lost wages. Because of that benefit, the tit for tat, the loss, what you give up is the ability to sue. So unless you have a serious injury, you cannot sue. And there's, many different categories. The easiest one being if you treated for 90 out of the first 180 days, but it has to be, your daily activities, what you usually do, have to be significantly limited, meaning like, you're not going to go to work, you're just going to go to the doctor, you're going to stay home for like 90 days. So they're going to argue he doesn't qualify. We're going to have to show that based on the surgery that he has like a significant limitation, a significant injury, and it's going to be up to a judge, right? It's a little bit risky. You could lose the case. So that's why it's very important. Err on the side of caution. Just get checked out. Go to the doctor right away. That's critical. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting, this entire, because I heard other attorneys talk about it too. Some other attorneys here on YouTube, one attorney mentioned that his client had one visit and, he stopped going after that. And with one visit, what can you do? It's not worth anything. So he didn't take the case. But then a few months later, that same client came back and he needed surgery. So he took the case. But in his state, you don't have to prove serious injury. In New York, that kind of situation, like with the example I gave, is could be a case killer. So it's very important. So as a client, just be knowledgeable. Understand that, in order to prove an injury, you're going to have to get medical treatment. And it's important to tell your doctor about all your complaints, what's bothering you, and make sure you tell them that the symptoms started after the car crash, after the fall, after the incident, so that it's clear. That way you have causation, cause and effect. It was caused by the car crash. It was caused by the fact that I fell in this hole. It was caused by the ceiling collapse, whatever it was. You want to have that in the medical records by the doctor. You want to have your complaints of, how you're feeling. I'm having neck pain, but it's traveling to my arms. I'm having lower back pain, but it's traveling to my left leg or to my, whatever it is. So you want to be specific. You want to make sure it's well documented. It's more important to tell the doctors that you're seeing about all your injuries than it is to tell your lawyer. And maybe keep a diary, write it in the diary. There's so many ways to do it now. You keep your cell phone. You could have photos, like, progress photos, diaries, calendars. There's apps that do diaries. There's journals. You can keep like a little journal, whatever's easier for you. But have all that. Have all the evidence. Even if, the doctor says do physical therapy at home, maybe keep some kind of record that you're doing the physical therapy at home. So treatment, is very, very important. So I can't stress that enough, because that's like one of the number one case killers. If people just don't have treatment, they can't prove that they're hurt. And if you can't prove that you're hurt objectively by having like objective tests like an MRI, a magnetic resonance imaging that shows what the injury is, like I have a bulging disc, I have a herniated disc. If you can't show that, if you don't have EMGs, then if you don't have enough visits, if you don't have any range of motion compared to normal of your neck, of your lower back, whatever's hurting your knee, well then what do you have, right? It's just subjective. It's just you saying I'm hurt. And if 4 months passed or 6 months passed from the date of the crash until now all of a sudden you're saying you're hurt. How do we know what happened in those 6 months? You could have fallen in your bathtub at home. You could have gotten into a fight with somebody. Anything could have happened, right? It's just too far removed from causation, and it's so hard to prove. And now a lot of speculation, a lot of doubt creeps in, and then people don't, trust you perhaps, and then you could lose the case. So it's going to be worth a lot less. So this is very important advice for everybody. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Let us know what questions you have. Our goal is helping serious injury victims and families, and we are here for you. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Let us know what questions you have, what comments you have, and we will do more videos about your comments, about your questions. We will also do more videos where we actually read all your comments and answer each comment in a video, and that's known as our Last Week Tonight series. And we also do our Raw Law, where we go live and you could ask us questions live. We're going to keep doing that in July. Okay, everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye.